out, then go tune out now. The rest of us are going to sit back and enjoy as we watch us full best of 5 final. Starts on Vertigo, our machine. I've got Sponge alongside, and we do see Gambit starting off on the T side with the 4-man lean for defense. It looks like jaCkz's already got himself a boatload of info. Sanji's even looking set for a frag here. They're not ready for an early boost. Doesn't convert though. And so early posturing towards A. Will it be the commitment? Looks like it. And bye-bye, James. First blood drawn, and it's in favor of Gambit. jaCkz can't step up to the plate. Sanji can through the smoke, and already seeing a heavy amount of pressure on that plant spot. Doesn't look like they'll be able to contest. The molly will stop them advancing. And looking set up for a Gambit first here. The retake util from Sanji. It's a single flash for sure. jaCkz's got a smoke for bomb, and Kit. Oh, Chad, there's more to come.
Yeah, this is going to get very, very messy here. Smoke flies out. Buster to take first contact.
He gets one clean. Hasn't now. And with Axile still fragging on shore, they're just going to lose the jewels. They had the util, they had the game plan. Just don't have the frags.
Hooey, all right, lots to dig into here today. Vertigo is map number 1. Haven't had the opportunity to cast too much of that throughout this tournament thus far. I believe it's the lowest played map. You have to consider taking a look at Gambit's first pick. They're 9 on the trot on this. The last time they lost this map, it was indeed to Virtus.pro. So let's see if they can do it again.
Yeah, we've seen some inspired stuff out of VP. Looking forward to their T side starting on the defense now. We are going to be seeing a full investment, getting to see that MP9 on jaCkz, a staple of the Lanshin house. And we are off to B. Actually, oh, that's aggressive from jaCkz. Takes a gamble, and it does come up Snake Eyes for Nafany. Good spray control from Axile. A slither gap. He needs to punish jaCkz's return, and he's done it. Hobbit finding a frag elsewhere does make this a whole lot more dull for James and Sanji.
Yeah, not the counter-strike I was expecting out the gate here. These two teams have been known to play extremely slow stuff, and here just aggression on the pistol, and now the follow-through. Sanji and James, well, they're still upgraded, but there's 4 to find, and Gambit have now hit that pause button. Axial working over towards the B bomb site with the Galil, has 1 in tow. With still a minute 10 left on the clock, there's no rush about this one.
Yeah, you talked about how they like to slow it down. It is just not taking those chances. Once you're given that space, I mean, you take a double kill B steps, you aren't going to give that back up for free. Axile wants to show presence and keep Sanji's feet planted. They walk up A, and it is the right call to make. Group up, overwhelmed with numbers. CTs can't cover both bomb sites efficiently when you've already found 3 of their teammates.
Yeah, this is going to be easy now. Signal's gone off, Molotovs has landed, the spam's followed through, and VP know that they've gambled incorrectly on this 4 spy. James going to be hanging around, see if he can find anything whatsoever, but VP will be better off holding onto the Deagle and the 5-7 with that light utility going into the next. And I'm sure Gambit are more than happy to let them keep it. 4 rifles staying alive here.
It was funny watching back some of the VP game we cast yesterday and seeing that semi-final, seeing the chat's reaction to some of the things Jane was doing. Like, there are enough people watching this that don't play CS often enough that just watch these pros and think they're cheating.
Look, I'm not going to lie. Yesterday when I was watching that game, you could see certain situations, it felt like they did have X-ray vision because they were making the right read time and time again. James jumping down on towards A-ramp, jaCkz just absolutely destroying every single head he finds. VP were looking so hot yesterday. But on the other side of things, we have Gambit. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I thought when we saw this playoff bracket, I was like, yeah, cool. We tell the story of the CIS teams. They've done great. So many of them here in the playoffs. But it's going to be the Na'Vi Astralis final. Well, guess what? The 2 teams you're looking at right here, dispatched of both of those names. And sure, it's maybe not the household names here in the grand final, but these guys have played the best Counter-Strike in the tournament, or they wouldn't be here.
That's it. That's exactly it. And I mean, the fact that Gambit, you know, have been consistently soldiering on throughout Katowice all the way to this grand final, I'm just excited to be able to see their gameplay here on the main stage. Shiro, Inters, Hobbit joining this roster recently and kind of giving them that extra bit of mojo. Talking of, look how deep those flashes lie. Well, that's mid-info for the CTs. I'm afraid there is an expected punish elsewhere, but we haven't seen too much acceleration.
Oh, scrambling right here with the pistols, so they've been able to make this work. It was Sanji leaving spawn with a USP. Now jaCkz's been left with that one. This is still dangerous from VP, and Buster even wants to take a bit of space here, but tucked in on the lower side of things is Gambit. And
ooh, this is a chance. Oh, it was so close. He's actually knocked off his earlobes, but Buster not expecting a big return. He holds his line, holds his nerve, and does go down. Axile 6-0, consistently finding those B-Stairs players so far.
He's
not taking
again,
any chances. Molly quad, Molly the default box. Clear your close corners and don't even commit.
Just draw out this rotation, force those footsteps and let the in-game leader Nafany take some space. He's over towards Sandbag now, and it's just jaCkz. He'll hear some footsteps below him in that forklift room. And they're trundling up that ramp and scaffold very noisily. Here's the rotation back and forth for VP. They can't catch a break.
It is going to be like watching VP lose at their own game at this point. You know, the fakey boys, they've been back and forth, constantly using and abusing that clock.
Oh, that's one thing we want to keep our eyes on here. Can CeRq get anything done on the boost box? Jiggles up. Hobbit, too sharp, too fast, too quick. Actually, the highest rated player for Gambit on this map. syrson will get the better of jaCkz there, and it will just be Sanji and James to fall. They're going to hold on to this. They both have armor. That'll be good to carry through to the next round, and maybe being able to isolate syrson, who's heard a lot of footsteps here. You can see him communicating that to his teammates. Sanji has to find him. Hard angle to clear.
Oh, he's not expecting this one at all. Some clean kills on the exit for syrson. His first contributions, we'll be seeing him. I don't know how often he's whipping out that T-side AWP on VERTIGO. It does seem to be one of the maps we still have yet to see the truly defined impact of a T-side AWP. Some can do, some prefer to see the AKs in play.
So only 2 kills so far for VP within the first 3 rounds, so keeping them very quiet here, Gambit, and that's probably one of the keys. VP throughout this tournament have been phenomenal in terms of opening kill impact, and that's mainly been through jaCkz. On the other side of things, we will be looking to that name, syrson, but he has good opening success rate, but he doesn't have a huge amount of kills in that regard. So it'll be curious to see how that battle pans on out, as there's more default action over towards B. jaCkz with a Molotov and a smoke. This is going to give him some room to work
if he finds an on the full buy and he opens up B again, Buster, nice angle. Takes him down. First death for jaCkz and the first advantage for VP. Trying to convert off that, and that's clean from jaCkz. Uses that trace of fire, pinpoints Nafany through the smoke. 2 early casualties now for Gambit, and he's not done. He's actually advancing, wants to stick around sandbags, and Hobbit on the mantle. It just looks too easy for him. jaCkz takes down another prong of this ramp presence, dropping his util now as he wants to try and confirm if syrson is still there. Great find from syrson. Gonna get a bit hot for Sanji. Inters is bringing that bomb late. Sanji and James both on the site. Shouldn't be possible to break through that AWP line once it's established. You can see James just waiting to peek off his teammate's contact. Sanji towards short. He's going to have to contest with syrson. Inter's coming up ramp.
They just have to keep this expensive. Gambit have money to buy in the next. A kill, a 2, a plant would be great. Utility onto the side is there. They might be able to get this one down.
That's the objective. I guess he kind of sends Sanji as the sacrificial Mac-10 lamb, try and knock him off the bomb.
Trying to bait something out here.
Hey, they got the bomb plant, and jaCkz, he's gone down as well. Shaping up for an awkward one for VP. The wall bank's actually hit. The flames, he's going to have to evade them. Inters has found a little bit of a safe haven. He lives on. Bomb ticks down. Surely he's just a man gone down eventually. A dead man walking. And now syrson. Bomb is half ticked.
This is the clutch master, though. If anyone's going to do it.
Yeah, James holding the line. He'd have to miss, and doesn't do much of that.
Good round there from VP, and that was a lot of aggression from jaCkz just pestering towards the top of a ramp. If we talk about VERTIGO and just how that map has evolved over time, if the CTs aren't traditionally able to establish early aggression, they drop back and they play more of a retake scenario. Well, having a rifler like jaCkz, who I can probably safely say in this event has been the best rifler. He is the highest rated player. To have him to posture around and just be a pain in the ass like this, 2 easy kills for him, makes it look like another day at the office, means they'll never be able to set up for those standard A pieces. So we'll have to see how that one continues to develop as we get back under with the gameplay. And, well, syrson, you want to see if he had that T-side AWP. It's out already. So is the A-ramp aggression. jaCkz again finds it. That's going to be the second for jaCkz.
Yeah, nearly a third. jaCkz has to brave the Molotov through the flames. He lives to tell the tale.
James under a bit of scrutiny here.
Look how much they're throwing at him. Well, they made the 2v4 convincing. See how the 3v4 shapes up. 1 frag would all it would take. Oh, he's missed it, syrson. Little shy of the mark onto jaCkz, look.
Lots of time here for Gambit, so there's no rush into this, and the fact that they're not going to press the issue means that utility that was thrown out defensively from VP will start to fade as they look over towards the B bomb site. Nobody's home. It's Buster caretaking middle and B. Sanji now rotating back on over. And VP doing this silently. Don't want to give away too many sound cues on this. We got enough utility from Gambit to work this one out. Smokes towards the site, Molotovs as well. And whoa, Sanji, that aggression. That's a lot of info right there.
Interesting, Hobbit gets the assist. Not sure how much damage he inflicted into his teammate there. Just Buster now to overcome, and he has already taken down one. Shiro into the site. 3 more remaining for the fight. Smoke deployed and bomb planted. Does have a Molotov as well, so buying time, finding these individual jewels. It's not going to be easy as time ticks up and they group up. Heading to the stairs, or considering it at least. Just needs one on its own. If they travel as a pack, it gets infinitely more difficult with the AWP.
Still a gap.
Huge chance for Shiro to find just one. He's missed his shot, and he won't get a second. Nice find from VP. Not taking any chances in that.
Yeah, a couple of uncharacteristic misses from Shiro so far in this one. Now, if you want to look to a name that has really popped off in this tournament, of course it's Shiro, right? The limelight's been on him. He even ran over Simple in that quarterfinal game to get Gambit where they are right here. He's going to be due a couple of clutches, right? He's going to be due a couple. So keep your eyes on him, and the desk talked about this perfectly. This isn't like we have a David versus Goliath matchup. This isn't Astralis versus Gambit or, you know, something like that. This is 2 teams who are very familiar with one another going toe-to-toe. There's still the nerves of a grand final of the scale of an IEM Katowice on the line, but I would prefer to be doing it against a team I've played week in, week out, as opposed to one that is a giant, has been here plenty times before.
I mean, just having, you know, the team name that represents all of the hard work you and your 4 friends have converted over the many years of grinding to join household names in a permanent inscription on the IEM trophy is it's enough to get anyone nervous, especially if it is a familiar opponent. All too aware of the intricacies of the individuals in the server. It's a tough angle to hold on short. Very vulnerable to that ramp swing if you don't have adequate support. But Jame and jaCkz, I mean, you can't ask for a better duo, especially in the semi-final performance we saw.
They've just lived out a bit of a one-way there over towards the top of Crane on A, so that's going to hold them at bay for a little bit longer. We have a minute on the clock. Still a truckload of utility for VP to siphon through.
VP is so happy to passively let Gambit walk into those B steps.
It almost feels like they want them to push into that point where they're at the top of the ramp so they can clamp on down, but it's back over towards B they go. Yeah, Nafny's still continuing to make space.
Oh, and more than space. Bloodshed. jaCkz has gone down. That's going to sell it even more.
There's 3 of them still on the site. It's all on Buster.
What are you supposed to do now? They're into your site. He's holding his tight line. That's where they'll pre-aim. Hobbit's already across. He'll make the call. The pre-fires are in, and so soon will the bomb. Walking up on the smoke. He doesn't surely want to contest that plant.
Teammates are coming, and that utility is still very good here for VP.
Oh, Hobbit elevated over the smoke as well. A re-smoke. He's trying to find a tighter line. He does have it. Sanji's going to be unprepared for this one. Yeah, caught out. Buster should trade, but Axel's made that difficult. Only 1 for VP, and they're already cowering in CT spawn. It's just Gambit's calling there. Into the B site, wide open, and looks to be converted.
That's good stuff there from Nafny, right? As the in-game leader of this team, to be able to go over towards A, not only completely hold the CT defense, 4 players get a kill, he was the reason they had that avenue over towards the B site. So doing that as the in-game leader, you have to give him an extra thumbs up, right? He's not one of these fraggers that you're sending out to search and find a lot of space, but he's still making the plays, and that info, it's integral to his teammates. They get into the site, they're able to set this up perfectly, and you bang on. When Hobbit is elevated over that smoke, they don't clear him on out. He's always going to be good for 1 there. And pincering off of that was jaCkz. So good teamwork there from Gambit in the early stages. They've posted their 4th on the board. And, well, VP, they might be considering themselves a little bit of a save scenario here. They do have money to drop guns across, but questions have to be asked. Jame has that AWP, kick it with the AK. Both can drop a gun. Maybe that means Sanji has to operate with something a little bit lighter, but I enjoy the fact that VP are taking a timeout early here. It is a best-of-5 grand final. We talk about it being a marathon and not a sprint, but when you're in the server and you're these players playing the game, it's going to fly by.
Yeah, did you consider the nuke ban coming out of VP to be a bit of an advantage, Gambit?
The way that Yanko painted that picture, for sure, right? They're getting a free ban, taking away a strength of VP as well. So they're lucky in this, but at the same time, VP coming into it probably more than happy with their 6 map pool, right? They're not going to be slouches on any of these maps we're going to see here today. And that comfortable opponent, when that plays into it, you're not worried about needing a pocket pick to be able to unravel your opponent. You know that you can stand and biff. And it will be that buy coming through. Sanji onto the Deagle, everybody else with everything they need. Diffuse kits are good, utility as well. Round number 7 getting back underway with a standard B utility, right? So Axial, his entire job is just to deny that full lobby aggression from Buster. He can't drop on down, needs to be worried about the smokes, and the same deal over here towards A. jaCkz up close and personal now.
Oh, they'll get that sound cue, and he's not allowed to escape. syrson reacts instantly. An aggressive CT maneuver silenced. They might have to pivot with some aggression B. They know Axel's holding it. He's previously been such a nuisance, though. You can see this hesitance.
A lot of this is going to be heard as well, so Gambit can start making their way up towards A. Put a bit more pressure on those A defenders while Buster and jaCkz are so far away from this rotation, and you can see exactly that happening. They've got free ramp control, tucked on in very passively.
They've got no smokes, Chad. It will have to be bullets. So James holding the ramp, Sanji responsible with only a deagle for short.
Cop that one as well. That molly will be good to help delay, but Gambit have no issues playing this late game Counter-Strike either. So utility coming through, but we don't know if there's going to be a full commitment behind this just yet.
Just on the edge of the smoke, they're practically touching. It looks like Hobbit caught a little from James' shot. Crossfire, look at the setup from jaCkz and Sanji. Using those smokes as temporary walls. And they've constructed a pretty damn convincing third round here. Sanji just confirming my suspicions. syrson on site, 20 seconds. It's unlikely he plants. It's unlikely he gets anything else. And yeah, quick jaCkz. Very quick. It's just the two of them. Sanji and jaCkz started that round with a deagle. Their setup around those smokes on bomb. They actually felt like a disadvantage for Gambit after they threw them.
Yeah, and they were very relaxed about this as well. Just standing, jiggling. If those smokes start to fade, then they have some real problems caught in no man's land. Hobbit trying to trade off of that. jaCkz does not look away at all. He has complete faith in his teammate right there. And securing the last kill onto syrson. So things now for VP looking good as they've taken control of the economy. Gambit would be just down to these pistols. 2 deagles, 1 for Axial, 1 for Inters. P250s for Nafny and Hobbit. So syrson just with that Glock. Buster going to get tested towards B. It will just be the pistol, so not too many dramas. Well, they can call the lobby clear, and they're even going to try to boost up. That flash is good. Buster.
Oh, he still sees nothing.
How much did he spot? Nothing at all?
You think he's aware that it's a possibility? He certainly is now as he unloads his mag. Buster and jaCkz keeping him long range. Does look like a P250 bullet did catch him through the floorboards there, but it's Inters to actually find some lethality.
James here too now. This is locked down.
Yeah. Perfect catch. Top spin from James nade there, and it does convert the 4th. So only losing the 1 casualty. Buster's the B defender and did get overrun. But breaking the money, converting the round, doing so cleanly. It's all dreamy. Keeping all those AKs in play for the CT side early into this grand final.
Won't be seeing the syrson AWP going into this round. Only has 3,400 in the bank balance. He has to opt in for that Galil. 3 of which are currently purchased up by Gambit. See if they want to go for a bit more of a pace change here. They've been peppering jaCkz, at least forcing him back at certain occasions. And this time, jaCkz, he's going to take some control. Axial will have to think better before he pushes that smoke. There's actually 3 players dedicated to this right now, and there has been tags through, so they know someone's behind it. Nade is good, chunks him down even more. A lot of harassment. Look at this space, though.
Yeah, that's a lot early and alone. jaCkz. Double kill on the B defense. He nearly takes a 3rd. Inters bleeding. Trying to claw something back. Great utility usage to at least make it an unfavorable duel for the CTs. But look at this. Completely unchecked. I say that with bated breath. Don't know what the CT spotted. Yeah, jaCkz worked it out. Confirms the A defender doesn't need help just yet. He might now.
jaCkz lining that pre-fire up as well, so he knew something was up there. Hobbit's all on his lonesome here. This is just another one of these 4-on-2 situations where Gambit, they can make it costly. Maybe they can even get into the bomb site. But the way that VP have been playing these rounds, it still feels like they're set for it. James, oh, he's just going to rotate back and forth. Not sure where he wants to end on up. The flash is good. He's forced off the line. More pressure over towards A. 30 seconds now.
jaCkz got the perfect timing as it fades. What a round from him. That was an A defense, but all of those frags felt so simple.
Yeah, they're able
Lurking
to
in the
smoke,
catching the pre-fire. 5 VP, 4 to Gambit.
And will be Gambit on an eco or a partial buy yet again. Loss bonus is starting to build. They get the 2,900 going into next round.
So what's been interesting to me so far about the B stairs, this whole battle for aggression, we've seen the Gambit moves to contain that, but when he does get away with it, jaCkz doubled, put them at a huge advantage so early into the round. So there is very much a lot of early action, a lot of game-defining, round-defining plays happening at that B stairs.
Here's the thing, right? They're going to push in here. So this utility, a little bit clumsy. Molly on top of the smoke, not going to give them what they were looking for. Doesn't flush a player into the line of sight of jaCkz. That nade should do a little bit. nawwk down to 88. But while we have this pistol round ahead of us, one of the things with these teams who maybe we haven't been seeing as much within the Tier 1 tournaments, they like VERTIGO. So we're going to see things about VERTIGO that you probably don't with other squads. Good utility from jaCkz there. Axel trying to punish, but he's the one on the other end of that. And jaCkz looks like he's about to mop up a bucket.
Yeah, there probably isn't going to be any mollies thrown his way, but he's got James P250 for support. nawwk very loud is the last remaining pistol for Gambit.
Got the bomb. What are you going to do, nawwk? You faked him out. You've kept one honest over towards mid/B.
They really haven't eaten this one up at all. Missed shot. jaCkz confirms, ramps the issue, and there we have it. Another one added to jaCkz's total. 2 back-to-back triple kills. Not too shabby at all.
So 6-4 now. VP starting to get themselves a little bit of a lead. That loss bonus has now mapped on down. The buys are in. VP are contesting for both B lobby control and A ramp control, right? They're using those early smokes quite deep just to make sure that VP, Gambit even can't get away with too much space. And jaCkz wants to pick.
Whoa, I tried to catch the timing and it's not too far off. The nade is significant damage though for Gambit to overcome. There's sprays into that smoke as well to try and finish off the damage. Looks like nawwk's gotten away scot-free.
Alex, look at the luxury. jaCkz is left on his own with an AK. That allows the rest of VP to rotate around, bolster mid, bolster B. They've just left jaCkz here on his own.
It's a lot of responsibility. These jump peaks he's going for. There's always a world where syrson catches the right timing on his jump peak.
Call the head there.
Just like that. Okay, that'll be enough for jaCkz. Might have to call for assistance. I won't be able to just willy-nilly confirm ramps clear on every AD.
Well, this is good, though, because Buster has B lobby control. They can actually now put more forces back over to help jaCkz out, who's dropping out some utility. And he even wants more. Oh, he's thinking about it. You can see they're flirting with the idea. Those nades are going to single. There's multiple members now up towards Crane. Utility in return. And look at that one. Duncan down. A little bit of damage done to Hobbit. They're going to flash jaCkz forward.
Okay. jaCkz has the flashbang. Timing is everything on this. He's got the one-way held. CeRq will be able to drop this for jaCkz if he wants to retreat. Spots nawwk. Good control. Enters an important trade. Smokes to the side. They'll be looking for the plant here. CeRq and jaCkz to contest. jaCkz floating in limbo. Finding a sweet spot between the flames and the smokes. Bomb now down or attempted to. jaCkz denies it. Not done yet. 3-on-3. 14 seconds. Pressure's on the T's and jaCkz missed his shot. Axel's got a new lease of life. He jumps into the shot and now they have to deny the plant. Inters has got a scrap of health. Desperately trying to find somewhere to plant it. It's not to be. And syrson, oh no, syrso's got one, but he's just holding onto his weapon as best he can. He's caught in the smoke. He's got $200 to it.
Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, it's like almost every round is you see a play out of one of these VP members yesterday that just makes you shake your head, say, what? And if you're against them in the server and the stakes are higher than ever, it's only going to be exacerbated.
Just a quick look at the utility damage right now. jaCkz and Sanji leading the charge right now. 190 for jaCkz, 175 for Sanji. And it has been these nades down into this elevator room that have been punishing. Utility has been on point.
Look at that util set. It's a perfect isolation of nawwk. They smoke the bridge, molly the tight corner. Where are you supposed to hide?
Simple stuff. Again, this used to be one of the most highly contested parts of the map. If the T's cannot get control of Crane sufficiently, they will be punished. They're forced into mid, they're forced into B.
syrso's pre-aim is not far off, but halving Buster into the shoulders instead. He lives on. CeRq backs him up. They're looking for a way in here. And they go off the flash. Buster, nothing to show for his defensive B4. Still stand for Gambit. Admittedly, it's only those deagles, and a run boost will drag the crosshair of CeRq. Oh, but jaCkz got him safe and sound. syrson, just the one. And I think James done enough there on the generator position. He'll lock it down, keeping that KD flowing 11-1.
It's wild that he has that as the KD and
doesn't die.
lost 4 rounds.
Yeah.
He did a lot of saving with Sanji on those first few after the pistol. And you're right, this was simple utility, right? You check this out. Just the molly to force them out behind the fork box. The smoke is simple too. A flash is good. Nafany looks like he's getting fired up, and they're going to need that. They're going to need to get them going. Hobbit is the only player in this team right here of Gambit with levels of experience like this.
Yeah.
You know, the guys over there on VP, 4 of which were in a major grand final. You know, people might sit there and call these guys onliners. They've already done it on LAN, right?
And Hobbit's bloody...
Won
won a major.
So,
Oh, the
jaCkz,
angle on that smoke! He's found a double. jaCkz has stolen another round away from Gambit. In the opening 10 seconds, he walks down. I wonder if that's a variation on a smoke they've been throwing.
What a bloody scallywag right there. He gets out as well with his
Catch
knife.
them sleeping like that. Shiro, Nafany both look like plums. And James looks set for another here. Just on the spacing, enters, walking out unawares, was not expecting contact. jaCkz confirms there is someone sandbags, but that information, unless Hobbit can start finding a double kill, which he's taken the first step to achieving. jaCkz on the site down. If you could just somehow force that sandbags player. Sanji's survival is integral. They're isolating him as best they can. And the flash, the counter flash. James is there to support again, exactly when they needed him.
Hobbit, what are you going to do? 1-on-4 situation, 40 seconds left on the clock. Completely surrounded here. 180 degrees you're going to have to clear. May as well give this one a crack. You need some rounds. You need to inspire your boys. There's the
nice
first.
Shot.
Time's a bit of an issue here.
Yeah, and the bomb's so disconnected. They can just go walkabouts. In fact, James, who was near CT, is now working on the flank. He's there already.
Come on
jaCkz
now,
said,
Hobbit.
hey lads, I found the bomb, so...
Let's just hold this, shall we?
Oh. Lovely stuff from Virtus.pro. This is Gambit's pick, and they're making that CT side look convincing. Look at this angle he finds.
Going to be frustration there, right? That's Nafany's job to hold while Shiro's AWPing up and over the smoke, seeing if he can catch anything. And I'm sure that there's going to be more frustration coming out. And you're right, James is there. He's always playing. He's not only is he playing aggressive to stop attacks, he's also, when he needs to, in swing, being that supportive element of the AWP, stopping players from getting pushed, setting them up with flashes. He bailed Sanji out there. That has to be quite the romance between the two of them, I'm sure. As we do get back underway with interesting buy. Nafany with a deagle, same with Shiro. There's AKs on the other 3. And with only 2 rounds left to play and the max loss bonus, I think Gambit realized they need more rounds. They need them now.
Oh, great opportunity found. Hobbit catches the jaCkz's aggression.
Oh, what a shot.
jaCkz, there we have it. He started this with 6-0. Now winning out a duel on the B stairs again towards the later stages. Sanji's vulnerable as well.
Timing.
Perfect. James has to go back, or does he go forwards in the flame? He stands his ground. It nearly was the collapse. But Gambit set for a 5th here. Sentry will buy time, should spread to deny the default plant. And he throws out a smoke of his own design as well. Oh, nearly. But Hobbit taking matters into his own hands this entire round.
Yeah, 3 for him, and that's what they need, right? The pedigree of Hobbit, someone who's been there and done it before, needs to step up and show the way for the Gambit boys here. Kick it left in a 1-on-4, and money is good. He should give this one a crack. See if he can pull off a miracle.
He's got that smoke as well. I wonder if he's just going to really rot the clock.
Even if he just takes away a bunch of guns here, he's going to make Gambit's life a lot harder going into the final round of play.
What if we get the nade? You know, like the nade where they're all saving at the top of Scaff?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a world where he throws towards this corner. It could be a Dosia X-God moment 2021 replay, or he's just going to smoke it and get them all scared out and running.
He might even just sit this, Alex.
Oh, 3 seconds! Okay. And he does pull jaCkz close enough to the radius. Keeps things as little costly as he could. Final round, first half, first map, best of 5 finals. jaCkz really did confirm the round, but it was Hobbit's 3K. This is how close that was to a collat. Damn, it really wasn't far off.
Feels like they got a bit more room to work with right there, Gambit. They could take fights towards A ramp without being pestered. They could take fights towards B without being pestered. Finally letting off.
That will happen when you kill jaCkz in the first 10 seconds. Ramp does feel a lot easier when he's not there. The nuisance, the double kill from the prior round. All right, he's
back to his old tricks.
Not going to quit. In fact, he's going to do more than that. He's caught him straight through the smoke. Nafany's default rumbled by jaCkz.
His crosshair placement is absolutely insane. Just watching jaCkz as a rifler a hyper-aggressive rifler who is just always on point.
And I mean, the highest of praise coming out of NBK, saying he's actually changing the meta. He regards jaCkz as the biggest revelation of the year.
It's quite a title to hold right there.
And coming in from, Verigain's Nathan Izzle.
Well, Sanji on the jiggle here. He's going to spot something and can give that info because his teammate's currently in a 2-2. So just babysitting right now is Sanji. Not going to go for the kills. Utility comes over. He's going to relay that. Drops a defensive Molotov and will tuck on in.
They're ahead of it. And there's a gap. Inters, he jumps straight through it. They double up and Inters, Axal all filling the feed in favor. Just like that, CeRq is found, stolen with that mid-pincer ahead of the molly. Catching VP off guard. Jame thrust into a 1 versus 4.
No Jame time this round.
He's got everything he could possibly desire. Axal has completely disappeared.
30 seconds left now. Bomb is starting to get halfway ticked.
Hello, Hobbit. Goodbye, Hobbit. Doing his due diligence, clearing his close corners. They are
halfway tick now.
Running out of time. Playing it so passive, and there they are. Spots him out. That's the final round. We do see 9 to Virtus.pro, and Gambit. Sponge here for the analysis. Insights from voxMMO's own. And early 4-man lead. In fact, they're sending the whole squad. VP want to go up and make
very
it
fast.
Very loud towards A.
Yeah, fight us is what they're saying right now, and they've had no contact whatsoever. They might even just stroll straight onto the site. Smoke down, molly to follow. There's a gap here to work with, and they're just pushing in.
Yeah, they've given them so much space to work
Through
with.
the smoke,
jaCkz caught one already through the smoke, and at that point, what are you supposed to do as a CT? What are you supposed to do? Stare at the smoke, push through it?
That was the utility on Nafany as well, right? So now they're operating with nothing. Hobbit has to hit a couple more here. James gone down. They know he's coming.
He knows Buster's around the corner. jaCkz still a threat with this Glock. He's taken every fight and winning it too. Oh my lord. Only one consolation frag for Shiro, but the bomb's half gone. And Shiro does have 3 more to find. jaCkz jiggles so potent. Did need to hit some spectacular one-taps. He only had 1 bullet left, runs out. And I guess that's what's going to happen when you give them all that space, and immediately the call is made.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? They were just playing. If they took a lot of contact, I'd assume they'd drop back and go into something else. There was no need for them to continue through if they met a wall, but be like water, guys. Take the path of least resistance. That was straight in towards the A bomb site here. That's the opening from jaCkz, the opener of this game. Maybe Gambit needs Shiro to come online with some of those clutches to show he can be the closer.
You ever tried to catch a fly with chopsticks?
Not yet. Working on that. I got you guys watching Mr. Miyagi back in the lantern. Early nade on out here, and look at that. Underarm. Bold and Shane. Couple deagle bullets there, and Buster goes down. So this is a good start for Gambit in the second round. They're forced by...
That's a potent move, isn't it? You throw the lineup HE, and then you just need that 1 deagle bullet to the belly. Okay, Axal's found an early casualty.
Couple of nades to work with here as well. So these smokes on Nafany and Inters could be integral the longer that VP put the pause on here. As soon as Shiro gets activated with that scout as well, we talk about the tagging power, 70 damage done. You get that to the body of mass. Doesn't even have to headshot. There you go.
Yeah, that's enough. And Shiro's hit the second bullet as well. The bodies finally claw one back, but they are littering now towards Fork Room. Nafany knows the job is done. He can tuck in. They have that man advantage. They will try and put the 3-man stack towards where they believe that hit is coming. Inter's leading towards elevator in response.
With the space VP have right now, they can just do the standard set smokes. That means Gambit have to play in front of this. Hobbit knows it's coming. He's actually going to get himself over towards this short position. CT smokes to deny space as well.
It's going to be so difficult to get value out of this scout once they get close. Flashes are good, so is the molly, but by smoking it, he has a little bit of a gap to play around. First found. Chaos for VP though. jaCkz and Sanji. That should be denied. Hobbit's right there. He does go down. jaCkz has the clutch, but Shiro's already hit the scout. Just a formality now. A single bullet from the pistol can finish the job. And it does. Gambit steal away the second, forcing in and pulling out a 7th.
Much needed stuff there from Gambit. This was VP's chance to start running away with this map here. Would have been a full eco from Gambit in this round right now if they didn't pull this one off. And the tag there with the scout from Shiro was really all she needed, because jaCkz, he's the one who's making all that space. He has 18 kills right now for VP. He goes down. It gets a little bit more difficult from there. Looked like Gambit knew what type of smoke walls they're up against as well. You can see deeper into elevator room. Molly's to clear out the back of the site. That gives VP more space. And now we're back underway with a couple of deagles. It hasn't been the full all-in shove from VP here. They've saved some residual cash. If they can get a plant, might be able to facilitate themselves a buy a little bit earlier. 8 damage, just shy, not hitting the edge of that box, meaning jaCkz gets to walk away with all those health points. Waiting out this early utility is something that has its pros and cons, and as the smoke starts to fade, more nades rain on in.
Nothing spotted middle.
Oh,
that's
gone a very long way down. Can we follow that one, Rush?
Just landing. There it is. Yeah, smoked under bridge.
The trolls live down there. We don't go down there often. But yeah, just really putting the pause on here. And if you're a little bit quizzical as what's happening, well, VP want to bait out as many nades. There it is, all the way down that elevator shaft. You don't want to fall down there. Let me give you the hot tip. Bait out all these nades, see if you can find a kill on any of this aggression. Make it costly for Gambit. That's exactly what they're doing. Still postured forward, syrson ready to swing off the contact of his teammate nawwk here, also holding that tight line. Both putting bullets down range, and they're hanging around, so space is being closed on in here, and VP are deadly with these deagles.
That they are. It's a smoke you don't really want to trifle with, though. They'll use it to set up behind it. Flash. And syrson and nawwk just keeping them completely locked out and not losing a single man in the process. So they'll take the sidearm upgrades. Gambit confirming that they are here to play.
Yeah, no plant there from VP, so kept very, very honest. Now they're going to have to be operating at just either another deagle buy. We can go deagles again in a similar fashion. Maybe go for something a little bit scrappier, tech 9s if you want to go fast. But those flashes didn't seem like they did a lot. It felt like Gambit had a lot of vision there. They were all playing forward. They're not getting caught in awkward limbo positions like we see other teams do, where they're either back behind the smokes, they lose the space. They're nice and forward, hitting their shots, confident in their aim. And now over towards B. Buster, seeing if you can have a crack at this one.
Yeah, it's jaCkz who's dealt with it. Both on the T side and CT, he's got the sixth sense. Finding those timings.
Oh, Hobbit with a bit of a special here. Mid's take an MP9. Best weapon for the job, up close and personal in those corridors.
Sanji looks like he's gone. Could be a trade, but Hobbit's all too aware. And he's dipped.
Give me that deagle. Oh, tucked in as well. So Hobbit just playing all these ratty angles.
He faked the sound as well. Let's see if James switched on. No. Eats the bait. Perfectly played. Maybe even another $600 kill reward awaiting for that MP9. Be foolish not to send him in.
This is both pistols now for Gambit throughout. Well, actually, no, they won the force buy. But the early round conversions have gone in the way of Gambit in both halves, which has set them up with a very nice position. They just need to start converting some of these gun rounds. Hobbit not getting too inquisitive there. They will push it eventually. Same situation as last round. Wait out nades, wait for aggression, see if you can find some kills, force the CTs to reinvest. Play the economy game of this one. And make sure that you keep them flustered. Well, they haven't done that. You've actually given Gambit a chance just to isolate some fights, maybe get some confidence back on these individuals. jaCkz last man standing. Just be that Glock. jaCkz runs him down. Cops a bit of a dink there for his troubles, but no worries. And now we're going to get this one underway. The guns will come out. James can get himself that AWP if he so desires. And he doesn't. He's into the AK-47. And when we saw them playing Overpass the other day, VP, they were operating with 5 AKs in the early stages. They look more than serviceable. They got off to an absolute flyer over start. Let's see how they want to poise themselves for this next round, round number 20. Scoreline now, only 1 round the difference. Fuse kits, 2 of which in play for Gambit here. Aggressive smokes from both teams, trying to take some ramp control, and jaCkz, ride or die entry fragger. He's coming in hot.
There he comes, and there he goes. nawwk tucks him in tight. Wins the duel. FAMAS for AK as well. He found a lovely angle.
Yeah, it looked like they were more than ready for that type of maneuver. That utility spells disaster as jaCkz has nowhere to move.
Oh, James could be caught here. nawwk tucked in with syrson in support, but they've actually got the wallbang set up. Wow. Not letting that one go. And just like that, they found the equalizer. Don't forget they got AKs. If anything, this is a distinct VP advantage now.
It's pushing forward here, right? Oh, just dropping a molly. Looks like he flubbed that one. May have landed on the crane. Easy to mess that one up.
There's a gap under that. syrson. Oh, he's caught kicker. Turning the flash was enough to not only find a frag, but put an AK in his grasp. 2 now in play for the CTs as they return to control. And they've got quite a handsome crossfire here. Sanji, very clean and necessary frag, but don't forget he's low. And syrson, he knows, bombs loose. Just as the smokes bloom. bomb would be lovely. Off the flash pop, he might retrieve it, but then what? 30 seconds, Chad, and
the damage.
Yeah, it's something. XANTARES locked the door.
They're locked in.
His timing here is everything. Looks like James not ready for it.
Oh, what?
He actually turns.
Okay.
Fine. It's fine. 15. And XANTARES not done yet. A double for him. And Gambit.
He's laughing about it.
Equalize, yeah.
I've been laughing about it as well. That was partial buy right now from VP. Not the full investment, so they might actually be prioritizing that AWP going forward. Going to be an AK-47 on jaCkz. There's a couple deagles. Over towards B they go. Flashed on in, it's good. XANTARES gets a chance to fight. Oh, look at that, simple stuff. No hyper aggression from jaCkz, just boosted over the smoke and takes down nawwk. VP are in the power position now. Even with these lower weapons, they can play with the clock. The fact that they found that kill early might force Gambit into a bit more of a gamble. They will have to go for aggression. Buster locking down the B lobby means nobody can push without him seeing, and everybody's left. So if at any point he starts going on a little bit of a walkabout mission, he'll see sight clear. Oh, they're getting them across to sandbag. So doing this late versus a partial buy is great. There's no Molotov, no nades for this. This is a huge play. All eyes on Hobbit.
And there's limited flashbangs, but plenty with 3. Inter's how many you rocking? Just the 1. So he's the one responsible. It'll be on Hobbit's call. Or on contact. No one's staring at it, and already he times it to perfection. Hobbit comes out, as does the flash. Double kill. He's under a lot of scrutiny now. Inter's trying to bail his friend out of trouble.
They're locked out of this. How are they meant to get past Hobbit here? There's so much support on the site, and
Buster's
now Buster calling it clear.
Yeah, this makes it even more awkward for them to rotate back. Knives are out.
James has a smoke here as well.
Oh, I tried to check his corners just as XANTARES comes in for the info. Well, time to swallow our pride. 10 seconds. Don't really see a world where you get that bomb down. He's walked on in.
Need the loss bonus here. Yeah, I was going to say if James wants to stay alive there, meaning that AWP won't be in place. So well handled there from Gambit, and I love that maneuver to get Hobbit back towards sandbags when they know what type of buy they're up against. When they've done that, they also did it as a team. It wasn't Hobbit just going, I'll just go to sandbag and potentially go on down. They got him there as a squad, and this is why. Look at the impact he has. There's no more Hobbit hole on Cobble. That map hasn't been in the pool for years, but it looks like he's finding a new one here. Now the guns will come out. So Sanjion and Galil, AKs for the rest. Jane with the AWP. See what pace they want to rock this one out. Back over towards A. 3 players dealing with the fork room.
Ooh, okay. Let's see how jaCkz handles a taste of his own aggression. It's nawwk that's bringing it. And he's walked up. He's found a nice route through the smoke to tuck in on that close corner. jaCkz swinging, and that's the first blood. This time in favor of VP. Ramp is theirs. syrson, interestingly, opts to smoke that out. Hopes that the sound cue may be enough to convince them.
Yeah, now with that nade coming through, they have to consider it because of what Hobbit did. They have to keep that in the back of their mind, but difficult to consider after they've already thrown a lot of nades at that position. Back over towards B, Buster seeing what he can work with. If James can get posted up, they just have to flush XANTARES out, and there's so many good nades for this position. Walking the tightrope here, cannot make a sound cue, or XANTARES is going to spam them through the boards. Buster will need to keep his head down.
Oh. Okay.
The support here at least. Gambit have made a decent call playing 2-2. jaCkz is taking space on A. They might fall back on this, you know.
Bomb spotted B, but with a frag, it's just one more separating them from the plant. Inter says no. 19 HP, if they could just find him. syrso's there now as well. The nade could find him, it does. Great dunk. Hobbit's not done.
Body's on the line
James
here.
missed his shot. 15. Again, the clock not their best friend. 10. Just on Jens. syrso's got the perfect line. What are you supposed to do?
They might save.
He invested into this fully. And now he's just looking to keep hold of it.
Whew, that's a rough one to lose right there for VP. It felt like they did everything right. They get the opening onto nawwk, who's been making these type of plays all tournament long. He is getting denied time and time again in this matchup. They get a free opening. They have great space. jaCkz putting pressure on A. They know that they're able to push all the way up. At B, they have almost all of the control that they could hope for.
Yeah.
It's just Hobbit right there, locking this one down. You can see this. Axial getting a little bit, you know, frustrated right there, but all in all, he did a great job helping just keep it slow by his life in the early stages of that round.
Well, we've got the Jame and jaCkz duo in a tight spot. Let's see if those weapons on these two names. Caught out. Elevated position from nawwk.
Yeah, he's going for plays that jaCkz goes for, right?
Yep.
But he is doing it as the in-game leader. So when he gets the room, he can give all that information to what he wants his teammates to do based off of it. If he's not getting away for those moves and just dying, it makes it so difficult as an in-game leader to feel the game. And look at this.
That's both of their investments. Both of the stars of this 23rd. Script flipped. Boosted now. And doesn't hit the one bang. A chance onto that B defender Axile, but now he's been given the warning. He knows more than just the one as well, given the boosted angle.
Look how careful they are, you know, crouched under every potential line of sight. Oh, locked out of forklift room now as well.
jaCkz was quick to charge into that, hoping to catch one unawares. And Sanji, the AWPer, he does catch nawwk's aggression.
Oh, Flash was just a bit shy, but syrso's still going to miss that one. It's still dangerous, you know. Look,
They're making it dangerous.
they're rotating back over now, Gambit, but syrso's on a bit of a difficult line here.
Smokes will land. Finding syrso or Hobbit yet again, the clock.
20 seconds.
Flashes will be the go. Hobbit, a lot to do. Does go down early. Will syrso contest the plant? Can syrso contest the plant? He's been flashed off now. Tucked in on short, but he's likely to swing. And the plant's
Sanji's
going
doing it
down.
all!
Sanji saves them with the hero Deeg. Now posted up holding short. Axile wants to get back in. He ain't done. Bit of a role reversal now. Coming in from ramp are the CTs. Sanji,
He wants to peek this.
he does.
He's tucked in now, though. He might just stand tall.
And
Oh,
Sanji's
Sanji!
the clutch up. Surely not. Axile low. You can see the deagle and the info's there. Will he adjust? He's forced him off the bomb at least.
He's panicking. Sanji's panicking.
It's fading. That's surely Sanji's round. He knows. Next sound cue. Just have to peek it late. And hit the one dig, and he does it. Sanji saves VP. 4 frags, so much impact. And puts an 11th on the board. That has been a long time coming. That was a slew of 6 from Gambit, and it started so strong as well. jaCkz's death early soured the mood for the young fragger. And Hobbit even catching Jame, but they take their time, recover those weapons, AK and AWP respectively. It's Sanji's deagle and AWP, though, in perfect unison to convert that round. What a delivery.
Not the regular hero over there on the VP camp either. Sanji has put in an absolute shift right there. The fact that he's pulled that one out, you can see.
The deagle onto that boosted player, like it was 6 seconds, Chad.
Yeah.
If they deny it, the round's over.
He's gone Superman mode right there, and they needed that. You're right. Look at this slew of rounds. It is just 6 on the trot. And that's all after that force buy, right? So you can start to feel if you're in the VP camp, you're getting desperate. You're not making any plays. You're getting denied space on entries. Even when you are getting entries, you're losing the rounds. And then Sanji, the hero, comes through. 4 big kills. Stops the drought. Sends you back in the right direction here. So that all back in the hands of Jame, where it rightfully belongs. Sanji, even after his heroics, will only be gifted a Galil AKs for the rest. Support player puts some respect on his name here as back underway into round number 24 we go. Similar scenes, standard stuff over towards that forklift room. nawwk, the point man, and jaCkz boosted over the smoke again.
It's a constant standoff between these guys.
Rinse and repeat. Well-timed molly there. jaCkz's going to snake through the smoke.
Oh, he's taking a bit of a gamble here. Does he mantle up?
If he jumps up, he might get nawwk. He just reloaded. Look at the gap. He's pushing.
Oh, no way. They weren't expecting that. Neither was he with Hobbit, but now he's trapped. I mean, how do you get out of this one, Hobbit?
Fight.
Stand and fight seems to be a recipe for success. He's got a teammate now for support. Confirm he's still there.
They're running away. They don't want anything to do with it. This would have been a chance to isolate a fight, but they're expecting more aggression. And Gambit, they're just leaving Hobbit to his own devices. They supported him the best they could. He's gotten away with it. He's kept room. He's kept space. And he's forced VP to completely reconsider this. So now we're sub 1 minute. Tucked on into a corner. Buster's like, please, no bullets, no nades come near me.
Look how calm he is. I'm just going to walk in. Looks like, yeah, no, definitely not B. Keep your lean. Stay A.
Oh,
the information's going to change, yeah. It's just such a tight line. He'll have to adjust now, but he does quickly. And yep, that's the W predicted. Jame finally beheads him.
30 seconds. Do they want to get stuck into this? CeRq still has space over towards A.
Okay. It's going to come right down to the final few seconds, though. Hobbit wants info, understandably so.
He's going to catch him in the back here.
Yeah.
James has to beeline it to the side. Oh, James still going B.
With the bomb on his back, but Inters hasn't moved a muscle.
Oh,
James,
Hobbit.
you're going to have to hit the craziest no-scope.
Oh!
Or a quick scope, that works. Still Shiro, though, and that's enough for a round. CeRq's so disconnected, the bomb loose. Gambit beating VP at their own game. That's another for the Gambit squad, and just after the heroics of Sanji as well.
VP are used to having teams bite on that hook when they do those late round fakes, right? And just start rotating, be completely unraveled. Gambit, they've played against them enough times not to be fooled by those standard tricks. And this double from Axial, it's facilitated by the low HP of Buster. Good for the second, James. Great shot. But yeah, the safety net of Shiro just floating between both bomb sites with that AWP. Coming in big right there.
They are having a lot of fun talking this one through. The awareness of how their opponent plays is definitely playing a factor into this chat. We're seeing it, it's so visible, as you've already highlighted. On VERTIGO, just the first map of this best of 5 grand final. Still feels odd to say. Grand final.
Oh, all right.
Best of the best.
I mean, Sanji trying to take some space there, but we really need to check these opening fights between Nafny and jaCkz. It feels like Nafny now is gaining a little bit of speed against jaCkz in these last few. Finding themselves in an odd spot yet again, VP. Just limping out across the map individually, hoping to find fights, and Gambit are more than happy to take them.
And they're back where they need to be at exactly the right time. Just as James advances, Shiro posted up. It's a quick jiggle. Pulls the AWP shot out at least. They pivot to short, and there is room for that. God, their util is light. It's that smoke. This is the only smoke they have. They better try and find some use out of it.
Immediately negated. Molly to slow them. Smoke in front of it as well to tunnel them exactly where Gambit wanted. More nade damage.
How do they convert this? I mean, they just have to hope that for some reason they assume all 3 are there. Buster is planting.
CeRq is key, you're right.
Nafny pushing. CeRq key later, but it's about survival for Buster here, and oh, he couldn't achieve it. Look at Nafny just leading from the front lines. CeRq's late arrival, not to be. Axel just too switched on. And Gambit proving that this CT side justifies their map pick. They are making VP look foolish.
Yeah.
Fully.
Number one, Nafny's even operating right now with a FAMAS instead of a rifle, which could have been dropped from him from Shiro, right? So they're ready to weather the storm that is a VP comeback.
Yeah. Well, it can happen at any time. And once again, speaking of any time, Nafny, the aforementioned FAMAS wielder, thrown a cracking nade into CeRq's top pocket. They're working on 61 from now on.
Yeah, CeRq's operating with a little bit more forward space here, so probably put the reins on jaCkz for this one, said, hey, listen, let me have a crack. jaCkz following through as that second force, but here's Nafny again.
Yeah, his mid-timed aggression is just the right amount, just the desired spice. CeRq's begging Nafny to go for an inquisitive look, but he's getting nothing out of this.
Standoff here. This is wild. No movement from either. Nafny now going to drop that molly. We'll get a Q. CeRq almost has to fight forward here if the flames spread to his toes.
Oh, the fact there's no Q. False sense of security. Nafny does go down. Patience is rewarded. First frag for VP. Crucial round of play. Angle doesn't catch the glimpse of Inters.
He's going to have to be careful on this jiggle. James can punish. Oh, they soaked up so much space.
Yes.
Look at this.
They have no idea, and now B's open. Open for business. Inters spotted. James didn't quite get the punish you were talking about, but now Inters has got to find a very important frag, and it's just not to be. There it is. Shuts him down. Shiro and Hobbit just wondering how on earth you're supposed to get back into that B site now. They've cracked through mid. Mid to B then. We haven't seen that flavor.
Yeah, so that pressure towards A, once Nafny goes down, the rotations come in. The timing was absolutely perfect. Now, to Gambit, want to try and save these because there's not too many avenues. 2 players over towards A right now from VP, and they have to go through middle. So it feels like Gambit are locked on in here. CeRq hasn't moved for the entire round, an absolute bloody statue, and James has mid.
Ooh, they're going to lose it all. Oh, bouncing his head off the doorway, and it still doesn't stop. They lose it all. jaCkz takes a nice free AWP upgrade, and VP pick up the most crucial round if they wanted to forge a comeback here.
There goes that bank for Gambit, right? We were talking about how, yeah, CeRq could have dropped a gun across, nafany could have operated with something a bit better than a FAMAS, sure, but CeRq right now with 5.3 could go for an hero AWP. Now, lots of decisions to be made within the Gambit camp as we have the highlights up on screen because the loss bonus is bottom of the barrel. They're going to be rocking 1900 into the next round. They didn't go for the CeRq hero AWP. They're just going for some upgraded pistols. Might be able to get the buy round out in the following. Early utility limped out towards A. VP won't know exactly what they're up against, but maybe now they will. jaCkz found some success over towards A, and he has more to find.
Oh, multiple targets. He does go down. They want to scavenge that AK, unload into the smoke. It's all a possibility. Now jaCkz gone.
Now.
It is getting scary. They try and pull the plug, pull the parachute, charging towards B, and I think they'll win that race, Chad. Little too thorough, had to clear their corners. Don't know if it's smoke and mirrors, if it's VP up to their usual games, but already into the site and you're so disconnected.
These AKs are really important though. If we're looking at the long term of this game and not just in round 27, both of these AKs being saved are going to facilitate Gambit with a better buy. So they're going to want to hold on to these. Fight tooth and nail, get all the lovely boosts you can get going. Just hold these AK-47s because the money right now, if you look at nafany, 1800 in the bank balance, 2150 for Axel. Sure, they're going to get the round loss bonus. And as we mentioned just earlier, 1900. But the CT side of buys, they need all the goodies. They need their mollies. They need the defuse kits, the smokes. It all needs to come into play. And they'll have that bit extra with these saved AKs. So they do lose the round. They will concede number 13 to VP. But the scenario, painting the bigger picture, they're in a good spot. This one here obviously going to go right down to the wire. Wouldn't have had it any other way. It's a tight race, Alex. Check this out. Axel on 22, CeRq on 22, Hobber on 20. On the other side, it's 23 for jaCkz, 22 for jaCkz. Like, we've got some hard hitters in the server here this evening, and everybody is playing as they should. Oh, VP are out of timeouts. So for them, they just have to run this through. They can't even have any extra once we get to overtime, if we get there. Both teams with full buys. Those AKs are sitting pretty right now. You can see everybody with all the nades. And this is the chance. If VP take this one and they blow them out the water, don't let Gambit save. They can net this one up 16-14.
Charging, very suppressing flashes, and jaCkz opened up the account again. Quick frag onto Hobbit. Converts off a jaCkz flashbang, and they want to go again. Again with the pop flash. nafany, Molotoved and flashed out, and they line up for Buster. VP looking like a team possessed into our 28th. No way back in for Gambit.
They're going to want to save these rifles, right? We were just prefacing what they need to have going into the next round of play. And, well, if you're VP, you may as well start having a little bit of a look. See what you can find. See if you can catch them as they rotate away. jaCkz and jaCkz starting to have a little bit of a look here. Taking away T-spawn. Combing over towards the B bomb site. Vince's sucked on into that cubby position. Awkward angle to clear. But it is jaCkz.
Yeah, let's see how good his pre-aim is. Oh, didn't do a full thorough clear and does lose out to the Interzang.
That might be enough just to hold jaCkz at bay, that Molotov. He will now have to mantle around, and Axel's living as well. I say that. Kicker gets him. Can they take Inters out?
They really wanted that. Maybe even leaving the AWP in pursuit of it. They know how crippling it would be.
Yeah,
yeah, you can see that. There was so much pace to that. He couldn't even piece together. The flashes were so quick. He was caught in the open, no time to hide. And then a second wave of flashes for short. Just the conversion.
This is the worst time to have your CT economy broken. You're in such a horrible position right now if you're Gambit. Next round, yeah, the loss bonus will be coming through at 2,900 and you will have a buy, but it almost feels like you're conceding the 15th round. Deagles, the saved rifle, light utility. Somebody needs to step up in a big way. Set the tempo, set the tone for this round. More of the same here. Volley of nades back and forth, the smoke down, the T spamming on through. nafany looking for something. You won't find anything just here as VP. There's no rush for them. They know that there was one saved rifle. They know the state of the economy of the CTs. Look how important those sound cues are. So Gambit, just with a couple of steps below them, happy to hedge on back towards this A bomb site. They have to catch them in limbo. You know, if you're sitting back, all those nades we just saw are going to be potent. They're getting ready to pounce on this.
jaCkz. He won't eat the flash.
He's going to call that too.
Here's it. Knows they wanted info.
There's only one smoke left now for Gambit, so they have no more room for maneuvers like that. No more flash peeks, no more flash pops to catch them pants down. VP, with all the nades they have left, they can really just walk into A and go for a standard set piece. Yeah, Sandbag's definitely called clear now.
Oh, jaCkz, sharp.
Oh, the timing.
It's good. Sanji and Jame better though, and just Axile as the dust settles and the bomb is planted. Disconnected from the squad, and an armored deagle certainly doesn't seem like the weapon for the job.
They're buying next round anyway. Give it a crack. Have a shot at this. See what you can make of it.
The smoke is potent. Oh, and James been caught off. More damage, that's something. Smoke and a 10-second defuse, or at least pulls them closer to the site, looking for his off angle, and he'll find another, not far off. Completely forcing the rebuy out of VP. They will take 15. Gets costly, and he even takes an AK for his troubles.
Yeah, he's done good economical damage. It's just the stage of the game that we find ourselves in. It doesn't matter so much. Sure, jaCkz are a little bit low on cash, but they can drop guns across. Easy as you like here. Dangerous for a moment. Once Nafny gets that kill, if he doesn't get traded immediately, he's going to be a thorn in the side. But VP, they mop it up nicely, and they set themselves up here for map number 1, 15-14. It's looking very, very bleak there for a while for VP. That round,
it was 8-3. I mean, they've strung together now 4 in a row, 8-2. In this second half, Axile looked sharp. Let's see if he can do more on the defense.
Oh, we saw something there.
He did, yeah, and it's not far off. He actually considered trying to follow kick it down there, but he's got so much responsibility on this B side of the map. I could say the same for jaCkz's aggressive maneuvers. He's walking towards Nafany's domain. They have, in the past, wall banged you out of this.
He might swing off this, Nafany. Needs to be very careful now that the AWP is trained there as well. Anytime he makes a movement, will be spotted and spammed. More utility being dumped out now from Gambit here. Minute 10 left on the clock. Both teams just posturing for position. Who's going to make that first mistake?
Another one. That's the CT util set. There's only one man with all of his nades, and he's tucked into this corner here. They could lose it all. Hobbit throws his final grenade.
Feels like jaCkz still has an idea that somebody could be close. And Nafany, stoic as you like, has not peeked, has not moved a muscle.
It's going to come down to how VP check this. Starting to ignore it now. Starting to assume it's there, but jaCkz has checked it enough. Nafany, all that patience for naught. Hobbit has to be the one to step up now. And kick it. What actually lands that? I thought Hobbit had him every day of the week. Overcomes the inaccuracy. Bomb's already being planted. VP, have you really turned it on its head to this extent? Gambit's pick. Bomb ticking in their favor to finish it here in regulation. Jame taking some shots. Sanji peeks out from his hidey hole, and just one more frag. It's Axile. Too many bodies, too little time. VP, stabilize. That's going to convince many. The start of this best of 5. VERTIGO, Gambit's pick. And it goes to the polar bear.